Welcome to Rayat Online School Education, Rose 2021-22, Sadhguru Garhia Maharaj College, Karar. Guidance by Principal Dr. Mohan Rajmane Sir, Standard 11, Subject Bookkeeping and Accountancy. Myself, Patel Madam from HGM College, Karar. Today, we are going to see further in the chapter Subsidiary Books, that is about the Petty Cash Book. In my last lecture, we have seen about the two-column cash book. After this, the next point in this is the petty cash book. So, we all have heard about the cash book. Now, what is this petty cash book? We will see into detail. In large business organization, the accounting work is divided systematically. There are various departments spending small amount on stationery, postage and telegram, refreshment, carriage, etc. So you can various big organizations are there. Their accounting work is divided systematically. There are various departments also who are spending the small amount. Of course, you have to spend various type of amount on stationery, postage, telegram, refreshment charges, etc. The person maintaining cash book is known as petty cashier. Means the person who maintain the cash book is known as petty cashier. The petty cashier is given certain amount by the main cashier as an advance at the beginning of every month, for which all petty expenses are paid and recorded by petty cashier. So always remember, the person who maintain petty cash book is petty cashier. Petty cashier always give a certain amount. Okay, that means main cashier gives certain amount to the petty cashier as an advance at the beginning of every month. For what? For petty expenses. These all expenses which paid and recorded has to be maintained by petty cashier. The term petty is derived from French word petit, which means small. So this book is maintained for recording small expenses which cannot be paid by check. Common, small expenses. Okay, like commonly it goes to 100, 200, 300 or less than that, 75, 60. Like this common expenses are there that you have to maintain the record. Who is going to maintain? A petty cashier is going to maintain. And these all small cannot be paid by check. Okay, so remember, petty is derived from the French word petit, which means small. Okay, afterward, the next we will see is about the two types of petty cash book. There are two types of petty cash book which are as under. Number one is simple petty cash and number two is analytical columnar petty cash book. First, we will see about the simple petty cash book. Simple petty cash book is divided into two sides: receipt side and payment side. Check or cash or check received from head cashier is recorded in column of amount received, and petty cash are paid. Petty expenses paid are recorded in the amount column. So it's very simple. Amount is received and amount you are paying. Both you have to make two columns. You'll understand by seeing the format. Transaction recorded in simple petty cash book are to be posted in respective expenses account in the ledger. This requires additional time and labor. Therefore, business firms do not use simple petty cash book. Okay, so always remember, this requires all additional time and labor. Therefore, business firm does not usually apply this petty cash book. Okay, so simple petty cash book, which is divided into two sides: receipt side, payment side. Check, cash or check received from the head cashier. Okay, as I said you right now, only head cashier at the beginning of everyone gives certain amount as a petty expenses to the petty cashier who maintain the petty cash book. Okay, so cash or check which is received from head cashier is recorded on the receipt side. Petty expenses will be recorded on the amount side, total amount. Okay, so it is to be posted into respective expenses account in the ledger. This is all about the petty cash book. Afterward, the next is analytical petty cash, or you can say columnar petty cash book. An analytical petty cash book has two sides: left hand side for recording receipt of cash and right hand side for recording the payment. Okay, analytical petty cash book has many sub columns on payment side for recording various expenses. So again, I'll say analytical petty cash book is divided into two sides. First is left hand side for recording receipt of cash, and on the right hand side is for recording payment. Analytical petty cash book has many sub columns. On payment side for recording various expenses. Example is given over here: printing and stationery, postage, carriage and cartage, etc. There are no hard and fast rule for number of columns in analytical. That means how many expenses will be there, how much you are paying to printing and stationery, postage, carriage, cartage. You have to make the separate column. How much it can be there. Example, ledger column is prepared for making payment towards personal or real account. The petty cashier prepares a statement stating the summary of expenses paid and submit it to the chief cashier. Okay, so always remember, ledger column is always prepared for making payment towards personal or real account. The petty cashier prepares a statement stating the summary of expenses paid and submitted to the chief cashier. That is all about the petty cash book. Afterwards is about the impress system of petty cash book. This is also very important. What is this impress system of petty cash book? We will see. Maintaining petty cash book under impress system is the best system. Under impress system, estimate is made for petty expenses for the certain period. Such amount is paid to petty cashier to start with. So, maintaining petty cash book under impress system is said as the best system. Why it is said as the best system? Because under impress system, estimate is made for petty expenses for the certain period, and such amount is paid to petty cashier to start with. At the end of the period, he presents the accounts of payment made by him to the head cashier. After checking the account, the petty cashier will be given a sum equal to the amount actually spent by him. Now the petty cashier will start with the same amount that he had at the beginning of the previous period. This system is known as impress system of petty cash book. So this system is very useful. Why? Because it is said as the best system. Under this system, estimate is made for petty expenses for the certain period, and such amount is paid to petty cashier at the start to start with. At the end, he presents the accounts of payment made by him to the head cashier. After checking, the petty cashier will be given a sum equal to the amount actually spent. Now the petty cashier will start with the same amount that he had at the beginning of the previous period. This system is known as impress system of petty cash book. Got it, everyone? So we have seen simple, then we have seen analytical, which is also said as columnar, where you have to make a separate columns, and impress system of petty cash book. Let's move ahead and see about one of the example about the simple petty cash book. You can see the example is given in front of you. From the following transaction, prepare a simple petty cash book in the books of Noah Brothers. Question is there in front of you. First is given date, then is given the details, then is given the amount. On the date side, 2019, Jan 1, received from head cashier 1,200. Date 4, paid telephone expenses 193. Date 7, paid mobile charges 57. Date 10, purchased office files 125. Date 14, gave tip to Pune 40. 16, sale of old newspaper 60 rupees. 19, gave advance to Sweetie 100. 22, paid packing charges 170. Date 24, paid for advertisement 120. Date 27, paid for cleaning charges 60. Date 28, gave donations 101. And date 30, purchased revenue stamp 60 rupees. Okay, you can see the example is given in front of you. A simple petty cash book is very simple. Okay, here you have to not to make a separate column. One only you have to make, and you will do in that. Let's start with the solution of this problem. You can see the solution. Of course, we have to give a heading, which is very important. Give a title first, simple petty cash book. Then you have to make the 6 columns over here. First is amount received, okay, in rupees. Then you have to write the date. Then you have to write the particulars, voucher number, LF number, total amount paid. Okay. Okay, let's start. As you know, the first one, 2019 Jan 1, received from head cashier 1,200. As petty cashier who maintain the petty cash book, you always receive the amount from the head cashier. So 2019 Jan 1, you will write to cash account. As he has received From head cashier, you will write the amount on the which side? Amount received side, 1,200. Got it? Okay, always remember, whenever you when always amount is received from the head cashier to the petty cashier, well, he maintain the petty cash book, he will write over here 2019 Jan 1 to cash account, amount on the debit, amount on the amount received side, 1,200. Got it? Afterward, the next it is given date 4, but paid telephone charges. When you pay, remember you have to write onto the credit side. Okay, that is on the total amount paid. Then you will write date 4 by telephone charges, amount you will write on the credit side. Sorry, credit side, that means total amount side. You will write that 193 rupees. Now, next date 7, paid for mobile charges. You will write your date 7 by mobile charges, amount on the total amount paid, 57. That means what you receive will be on debit, what you pay will be on credit. It's very simple over here. Okay, you have to not to denote with debit and credit, but it can be understand over here that receipt side will be amount received, when you pay it will be the payment side. Okay, so mobile charges, you paid the amount, so 157 you will write on payment side. Then is date 10, purchase office files. When you purchase the office files, of course cash goes out, you will write date 10 by office file, 125 rupees you paid. Date 14, you will write gave tip to Pune, that is about 40 rupees. You will write again on the payment side, 40 rupees. Okay, by tip to Pune. Date 16 is given sale of old newspaper. When you, like we have, every day we bring in the offices various types of newspaper, that newspaper you have sell outside. That means you have received the amount over here, 60 rupees. So as I said you, if whenever you receipt, it will come on to the debit side. Whenever you pay, it will go on to the credit side. So when after selling the old newspaper, you got 60 rupees. So it will come on the receipt side. Date 19, gave advance to Sweetie. Of course, it will come to the paid side. You will write date 19 by Sweetie account, 100. Date 22 is paid packing charges, 170. So when you pay, it will again come to the payment side, 22 by packing charges, 170. Date 24, paid for advertisement, 120. Again, you will write date 24 by advertisement account, 120. Date 27, paid for cleaning charges, 60 rupees. Paid, that means on the payment side, we will write over here 27 by cleaning charges, 60 rupees. Date 28, gave donation, 101 rupees. So when again you are giving a donation, it will come on the payment side by donation, 101. Then at the last is date 30, that is purchase revenue stamp of 60 rupees. So 60 rupees is the revenue stamp. Okay, so that will come again to the payment side, that is by revenue stamp, 60 rupees. Okay, so what are the total expenses over here? We have to tally. Okay, when you see the payment side, all the payment side, you have to add all the expenses. 193, 57, 125, 40, 100, 170, 120, 60, 101 and 60. All this amount, when you add, at that time your answer come 1,026 rupees. And see the amount receipt side. There you can see only two amount. First is the amount which is given by head cashier, 1,200 and 60 rupees. When you sell an old newspaper, you got the 60 rupees. Add the total receipt is how much? 1,200 plus 60, 1,260. And see the payment side is 1,026. So it's very, very simple. When you remove the difference, you come to know how much is the difference. 1,200, 260 minus 1,026, you will get the difference 234. This 234, we will bring the balance brought down. At the end of the month, like it started from Jan 1 and it end on 31st of Jan, we will write here by balance carried down to 34. Okay, you can see in the front of you, total expenses 1,026, and at the end we will write date 31st by balance carried down 234. So again the balance you can see at both the side has came 1,260 and 1,260. It's very, very simple. Same 234 balance we will bring further on the next month. And the total amount receipt side 234, 2019 Feb 1. That will be your two balance brought down. Simple petty cash book is very, very simple. Only remember your two sides are there. First is receipt side on the debit, and next is credit side is payment side. First, whenever the amount is given by the head cashier to the petty cashier, bring to the receipt side. And whenever you are selling something, you're receiving money, it will come on the receipt side. And of course, rest all amount when you pay, it will come on this side. Then expenses, whatever is there, you have to add all the expenses. Receipt, how much is there? Like, of course, here to 1,260 is the receive amount and 1,026 is the payment. So 1,260 minus 1,226, you will get the answer 234, which is the balance carried down. You will carry it down here, and next month on Feb of 1st, you'll brought down over here as amount received 234. Got it, everyone? Yes or no? In this way, today we have seen about petty cash book meaning. Then two types of petty cash book. The first is simple petty cash, and the next is analytical petty cash. We have also seen impress system of petty cash, and the last one we have seen a problem on simple petty cash book. Enough for today. Thank you very much.